I wanted to do a follow-up on the video that I made the other day about being afraid to connect to your intuition and your psychic abilities. Basically, what I was saying was a lot of people feel like if they try to connect, or if they do, that they're going to be connected with negative energies or evil or something like that, and that as long as you are connected with love, that nothing can hurt you and that you're always protected. I want to talk about a few things. I had some questions after that were really good. And one was, how can you tell the difference between fear and intuition? Which is a great question. So when fear comes to you, it can often feel like a premonition. But fear feels more like actual fear. Like it creates anxiety. It makes you feel uneasy and afraid to act. Whereas intuition feels more calming and soothing, even if it's information that you don't necessarily want to hear. Like, for instance, if you're waiting on a test result or waiting to see if somebody will text you back or something like that, and you really are very invested in the outcome. So if it doesn't go a certain way, you know you're going to be disappointed. And those are the times when intuition and fear can crisscross because you're just too involved in it and it's hard to stay objective. But and it's also the time you have to be really careful about trying to tap in, because oftentimes things are still in flux and things are being decided. So it's not a done deal, and being too invested in one outcome doesn't necessarily work for you. It isn't going to be the best, because we often think that our outcomes, what we want is the best for us, and then later we find out that the exact opposite was true, and we're glad things worked out the way they did. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was what can get in the way of connecting with intuition and your psychic abilities. And the main thing is self-doubt, being afraid that what you're hearing isn't accurate, or wondering, is this just me, or is this just what I want to hear, or why does this voice I'm hearing or writing to just sound like me? Why doesn't it have another voice, or why aren't fireworks going off, or why aren't I having out-of-body experiences, or something like that. So, but the reality is it is what it is. It's going to communicate you in the ways that it works for you. And you may hear, you may see things, you may feel things, you may smell things. Just go with it. Don't overanalyze it. Just go with it and see where it takes you. And the more you communicate, the easier it will get. And something really important to remember is, if you are writing to or talking to your intuition and you hear something back that does not relate to what you ask, that doesn't mean that you're not communicating or that you're wrong. What it means is that your intuition has something else to tell you that either you're not aware of, or you're not asking about, or you've been pushing down and not wanting to deal with. And it's sort of saying, hi, I'm here, and this is what we need to talk about. So if you have any other questions about what I've been talking about, please post them. I really welcome those. And don't ever feel like, because you're not a medium or an intuitive or whatever per se, that you're not able to connect and that you don't have abilities, because that's absolutely totally not true. And if there's anything that's important to me, it's trying to normalize all this and not making it seem all woo-woo and unattainable. Thanks.